Hey y'all, my name is Nadia Summerlin and I'm a criminology major. The music video I chose is This Is America by Childish Gambino. The video itself was released in 2018 and the video relates to Global 16 Target 16.1 through the message of gun violence throughout the video, and is shown through the care of the firearms after taking a life. After each of the shootings in the video, the gun is placed carefully in red fabric and carried away. And also 16.C through the subtle historical racial messages such as the Jim Crow reference and the stereotypes shown throughout the video, like imagery of African Americans who appear as violent, ghetto, and the issue with America altogether. The message of the video mainly relates to gun violence and systemic racism. The video begins with a black man sitting down to play guitar while Gambino, who is the personification of America, approaches from behind using movements and facial expressions reminiscent of Jim Crow and shoots the man, whose face is now covered with a bag, from behind. The video then moves on to Gambino dancing with a group while chaos is reigning in the background, likely a message of those who walk in a line with This America remain unscathed. Then the scene cuts to an all-black choir, and as they are singing, Gambino walks in and murders the entire group, and the chorus plays again with This Is America. The video then shifts to Gambino standing on an old car in a lot surrounded by other older cars, possibly meaning that America is in a stagnant place, like stationed in the past. The video comes to a close with a shot similar to the movie Get Out, which has a similar message. We see Gambino running in the dark with a look of terror on his face, with a mob of all of those people who were in the video chasing after him, clearly unpleased with America. The first term that I chose was deception, and I define that as leading others to believe something that you yourself know to be false, and the actual definition is on page 47. Also on page 47 was the example that I took, and the textbook example of deception is outlined through the example of Olivia, who says that she spends the day with her ex, but is telling her current boyfriend that she spent her afternoon reading at Starbucks. And a moment from the video that demonstrates this term begins at 1 minute in with the repetition of the lyrics, "This is America," while Gambino as America stands safe in his bubble while the world crumbles around him. The message I get from this is he is attempting to conceal and distract from the truth of our political system by just showing off the good while being an active catalyst in the chaos. The second term I chose was facial displays, which I define as the expressions you make that allow more information to be relayed, and the actual definition for that is on page 48. The example is also on page 48. And the example I chose was the example of facial displays is the explanation of the principle of facial primacy, which explains that the face communicates more information than any other channel of nonverbal behavior. And a moment from the video that demonstrates this is, it's shown throughout the video, but initially starts at 40 seconds in. And it's the facial expressions that he makes that are meant to portray the caricature of Jim Crow. And Jim Crow is a historically mocking symbol of black people that was used to paint the group in a bad light. By using such facial expressions as well as movements, it makes the message all the more powerful in the video. And the final term I chose is selective attention, which I define as only listening to what you agree with while dismissing anything else. And the textbook example is a person being given an evaluation by their supervisor. However, when she's being told about her performance, she's only actively listening to the praise, but only pretending to listen to the critiques. And a moment that demonstrates this in the video is at 2 minutes and 15 seconds in, where we see the repeated violence in the video is being overshadowed by the dancing and the main group in the front. The group is dancing amid the chaos, and it's an example of selective attention because it's a representation of how America treats cases of violence against minorities. By putting them in the background, it diverts attention away and allows for people to more easily turn a blind eye towards it in favor of the ideal picture of America. And a skill from chapters 5 and 6 I would like to practice more to become a better communicator is effective listening. I want to practice this because in my life I hear things, but I have yet to actually get listening down. I want to be able to communicate more effectively with others and have them know that I'm actually invested in the conversation. So I think being able to effectively listen is a great first step forward.